Hey Sagittarius, it's Leona Nicole Black, and I'm here to do your monthly tarot reading for September. I just want to start by saying thank you to all of my new subscribers, those of you who liked my video, shared it, those of you who booked personal readings with me. The personal readings have been dope. You guys are so fab. I've really enjoyed the dynamic of looking at, your life circumstances and seeing what the cards say, and just connecting with some really special people. So you guys are wonderful. Thank you. Thank you also for your patience. I know some of you are hitting me up like, when Sagittarius coming? I love knowing that you want the content, that you're engaged with me. And I promised I'd give the fire signs some love. And so I did Aries earlier, and now it's you guys. A little later than I wanted to, but my life. I had to work on some academic stuff and focus on some home things. So I've been tired and I've just got my energy back up. So I'm here to give you fire signs, that fire energy that you really want and need. So how this generally works is that I've been doing a kind of astrological overview of the planets and what's happening over the next month, and then going into an intuitive tarot reading. I didn't do that for Aries because I just didn't feel like Aries wanted it, but I'm going to do it for you guys. So remember that general readings won't apply to everyone and not everything is going to resonate with you. It's just me tapping into the energy of your archetypes, so tapping into general Sagittarius energy and seeing what's happening with you, and I'll be pointing and signaling to some of the themes and patterns that you should be experiencing in your life at the moment. If you want specifics about your career or your love life or your purpose or any of those things, then a personal reading will help you drill down to those finer details. So you can get that from me by emailing me at leonanicole@gmail.com or visit my website nicoleblack.com to find out more about me, and I'll put the details in the description box. So the astrology. We have cleared Mercury retrograde, so things are direct. I started these readings during the retrograde, and the energy was tough, so I am enjoying the picking up of things now. We also just had a Pisces full moon with strong Neptune aspects, so a lot of illusion and dreaminess and lack of clarity and emotions running wild. And on the 20th of September, which is my birthday, we have a new moon in Virgo, and I'm so excited about that because new moons are all about setting intentions, planting seeds, beginning something, and that's exactly the energy I want to be in for my birthday. So between these Pisces and Virgo moon energies, we have a strong focus on healing. Both of those planets are about collective healing, healing of the group. Virgo obviously is a sign that has a lot to do with health, bodily healing. We have this new moon opposite Chiron, and Chiron is all about your soul wound and this thing that hits you at your core that just gets you, that you are spending your lifetime kind of healing and uncovering the layers of and bringing love and attention to, and just allowing to kind of solidify within you and just bring you to a more whole space. But you're probably kind of feeling this, or will be feeling this trigger during the new moon, and so I kind of reflected and meditated on you guys and thought, what can Sagittarius learn from Virgo? What is it taking from Pisces moving forward? What's the message for you guys? And, as an archetype, Sagittarius is all about, knowledge, belief, philosophy. And I say knowledge as different to information. So that mercurial energy that I've been talking about in the other videos is all about collection of information and translation and transmission of information. But you guys are different. You are about the discrimination of information. So Virgo will get that too, because Virgo is very analytical. Virgo wants to decipher and decide. My aunt always complains when she tells me something, a health fact or something. I always ask her the science behind it, and she's like, can't I just trust it? And I'm like, no. I want to know and understand how that works. I need to test for myself whether that's a belief I want to adopt into my life. And so you guys are all about the discrimination of information and then creating kind of outlooks, rules, like perspectives, theories, philosophies based on gathering and collecting different groups of information together. You know, you are also ruled by Jupiter, which is really a great planet to be ruled by. Jupiter is about expansion. You know, that is be the key word I was used. It's all about expansion and moving outwards. So you guys, Sagittarius, you are about travel and exploration, just meeting the world, like seeing what's on the horizon, like pressing forward. Similar to Aquarius, but Aquarius does that from a very mental kind of perception. You know, like Aquarius will perceive what is coming. Aquarius is a visionary. You guys want to go out and concretize that. You want to materialize those perceptions. You want to see what it really is. And so knowing those things about you, I really feel that this new moon is about you taking new territory. I feel like it's about you moving out into new land, figuratively, metaphorically, and just claiming new things for yourself. But this is exactly the place in which you need healing. This is the area you need to heal. And when I was meditating on you and prepping for this reading, I was listening to this kind of random kind of playlist I had going, and then Stacey Bark came on, like right at the moment I was thinking this, and her song, like, "I'd Go to War." It's called War for Love, and she says that the lyrics are, "I'd go to war if it meant victory was your love," and it's a dope song, go listen to it. But I just felt like it really embodied exactly what I was feeling from your energy, is that you guys are willing to go to war, metaphorically, and you're willing to put in the work, you're willing to take the risk, you're willing to, you know, advance out. Do you know what I mean? If you think victory means love or new career, or, you know, you are going to take that risk and you're going to have that fighting, fiery, passionate energy, which is amazing and good. But in terms of this new moon and healing this core wound, which is your obligation right now, it is for all of us. It is around how you take new territory. So if you think, for example, like if you watch Vikings, I'm into all that. Like, so you think about any kind of media, kind of social TV representation of the Vikings and how they would pillage, rape, steal. Their way of taking territory was extremely destructive, okay? So there is that method. You can think about the history of colonial expansion. You know, I'm in the UK, so we can think about the way that Great Britain went around the world and subjugated other people in pursuit of more land, more resource, more power. Sagittarius, this is the part of you that needs healing, okay? When you are expanding into new territory, how do you intend to go about doing that? And that's what you take from Virgo. Virgo is about analysis, about discrimination, about understanding, about attention to detail, about checking and balancing, you know, really getting the work done right. That's what Virgo wants to do. And so my advice for you is that when you're taking new territory, you need to check what's already there first and then honor that. So, for example, if you are starting a new job, you need to think about what was there before you arrived. Think about the types of people that were there, the culture of that company. Think about who is going to be affected by your arrival, okay? And how you tend to work with them based on that. Whose, you know, job aspirations or whose job has been affected by you, who's gone up in their aspirations or in their, like, in their estimations, how they're valued in the workplace, who's gone down, who feels threatened by you. You know, assess the environment and then make decisions to claim that territory that is not just in the best interest of you and destructive to everybody else, but thinks about the collective and the whole. In other terms, maybe you want to start a family, you want to have a baby, okay? So, well, there's another partner involved in that, and you might be having any types of feelings about these things, but you therefore need to think about, when I come to this canvas of my partner, wanting to create with them, what are they feeling? What are they bringing to the table? What do they need? What time frame works for them? Let's think about it in terms of family, okay? Maybe you have certain beliefs. Remember, Sagittarius is about belief and philosophy. Maybe you have certain beliefs about what family life should look like, when you should do things, when you guys should eat, what your tradition should be. But you know, when I was really meditating on you guys, the card that came up for me is like a symbol of you was actually the High Priest. I should have actually got it out to show you. But the High Priest is all about kind of structure, philosophy, religion, order, law, externalized. So bringing that energy into your home. You know, how do you go about taking territory? How do you go about doing that, Sagittarius? Is your home a space where people feel repressed? They feel under your leadership, under your law, having to abide by your rules and your power, and your voice is the only voice that's heard? Or is your home a space that gives people security, a basis for knowledge, understanding, and outward exploration based on what they know? Do they go to increase knowledge? Does that knowledge inspire and infuse people to go out into the world? There are so many different ways of thinking about territory you're taking. If you're starting a business, for example, do due diligence, do your market research. Who else is doing this? What's your competition? What do your clients want? Don't just forge out and go bam, done it. Like, I'm here. Okay? Really, right now, as you're expanded, and you will, it's time for you to take territory. Make sure that you are assessing the ground that you're taking. Okay, loves? So that's my message for you for the astrology of this month. Let's get into your intuitive tarot reading. Okay, Sagittarius, so we're going to be looking at your heart's desires, your focus, what's on your mind right now, what are you thrusting towards in terms of your will. We're going to be looking at what obstacles you're facing, you know, what resistances in your path, what challenges are presented to you in the energy at the moment. And then I'll be looking for both advice cards, and I may pull some clarifiers and some context cards as well for that message. So Source, thank you so much for allowing me to be in this space. Thank you for all the beautiful Sagittarius that I have in my life and will be coming into my life. I ask that this reading will just give them clarity, guidance, inspire them with wisdom as they move forward this month. I pray that you would allow me to see these messages clearly, Ashe. Okay, so Sagittarius, what's on your heart? What are you wanting right now, my loves? What's your focus, Sagittarius? What's your focus? What's on your heart? Sagittarius, what do you want? What are you thrusting towards? Okay, what's going on with you in your heart space, Sagittarius? Interesting, guys. What's happening in your heart? What do you want? What are you focused on right now? I'll pull one more card. What are you wanting, loves? What are you going towards at the moment? Where is Sagittarius heading, Source? Okay, it's cards. It's my energy into it. Do you want to jump? Okay. The Hanged Man, Three of Cups, Queen of Pentacles. Interesting. I think your other fire signs got this. A little more detail about your obstacles and your challenges right now, Sag. Your obstacles and challenges. Obstacles and challenges that you're currently facing in pursuit of your desires. Fire signs. What obstacles and challenges are you facing in the pursuit of your desires? So, okay. Okay, guys, let's pull some outcome / advice cards for you. Outcome and advice for Sagittarius. Outcome. Isn't that interesting? Okay, guys, let's get into your reading. Okay, love. So, starting out with kind of what your focus is right now and what your heart's desiring, I see you, Sagittarius, having been in a space of limitation, as represented by the Two of Swords here. It's as though you felt blocked and kind of trapped in this energy. Usually this comes up to me as like a head versus heart card, but I see this as actually feeling trapped in your environment, as in like not having clear thoughts, or not being in touch with your emotions, just being really kind of unsure and facing some real challenges and difficulties. And that message continues in you having the Five of Wands in reverse. So you can see that this card is about fighting, conflict, just challenges, obstacles, not getting along, petty arguments, struggles between people. And in the reverse, I feel like whatever the situation represented for you, you guys are feeling this inwardly. So you might have been having a lot of internal conflict about a scenario or a person in your life that you were kind of going back and forth about what you should do. And on the one hand, you're going, yeah, go for it, trust the situation, move forward. On the other hand, you're like, but you shouldn't, because on this real kind of inner conflict, and others of you were just kind of arguing outwardly. It could have been with a fire sign, since this is a Wands card as well. But in general, this can just be arguing and strife and difficulty in your environment with people. And I see you having left a scenario. Now, this doesn't have to be just a relationship. This can be, family dynamics that you've walked away from. It can be a job situation. It can be a relationship, whatever it is. You need to tune into your intuition to know what this represents in your life. But I do see you having left something, Sagittarius. And the thing about the Eight of Cups is that there is still kind of value here. Like, this person is stacked, so it's not like it was all rubbish and you're like, that's all terrible and I just need to get away from this terrible energy necessarily. But there was something else, and it makes sense because I said you guys are such an expansive and exploring, territory wanting sign. So you were like, I'm going to leave this for a minute and this feeling in pursuit of my ninth cup. I feel like you've been wanting this Hanged Man energy to change. So you guys get the Hanged Man in reverse. Upright, this is a person who suspended themselves on the tree to look at a situation from the reverse perspective. And in doing so, they learn something new. Now, this is uncomfortable to hang like this, especially from one leg. But you can see from this kind of halo here that wisdom comes from this process. So this might connect to this kind of energy of restriction from your environment, or things that were going on around you that you felt kind of blocked by. But I feel like you guys are now, with this in reverse, you're like, I don't want to kind of hang about here anymore. I want to leave. I feel like I've seen what I need to see. I'm ready to move forward. I'm uncomfortable with this low energy. You guys are wanting to party. You want fun. That's what you want. You want celebration. You want good times. You want to go out. You want to socialize. You want the finer things in life, and you want to do it with people you care about. You just want a much lighter, more social energy. You're not trying to be in all this. You want to be in the turn up, and you want this as well. You want to be Queen of Pentacles. You just want to have your shit together and just be really focused on the things that you value and growing them. And the Queen of Pentacles can go out and do this. And this is not specific to any gender, guys. This is an energy because it can relate to a man or a woman, or any sexuality. So this is a person, though, who's like, I got a lot, I got my stuff together, things are under control, so I deserve to party. This is a person that's like, I'm doing my job, I'm working, I'm doing my business, I'm taking care of my family. I should go and do some of this, I should experience some of this stuff. That's what you're wanting in your life, security and fun, like having things down packed and enjoying the fruits of this kind of labor. In terms of what is presenting a challenge and an obstacle to this, guys, the Devil card is what comes up upright for you. So I feel like this could be a Capricorn or another fire sign, actually. I feel either of those two energies. And this could just be somebody whom you feel kind of tethered to. This is kind of like, it could be a person, like I said, it could actually just be another individual in your life who your movements are dependent on. So it's like you can't do so much of this because you're having to factor another person in, be it, I mean, I don't want to refer to your kids as the devil or anything, but I see this as a card of like duty and responsibility and being like held here when you want to be there. So you think about who that and what that represents in your life on the one hand. I also see it as again the energy of restriction in your environment that's blocking you. Okay, so this is a major arcana. So there's a bigger, wider theme that's going on. So there are things that are keeping you blocked, holding you down in holding you in a situation. And interestingly, Aries got this card as well. So I feel like the fire signs are being kind of confronted with this kind of energy of being tethered. You have as your kind of obstacle resistance space the Four of Swords. This is a card which in many ways connects with the Hanged Man, and that is a card about rest, reflection, recovery. You know, it's a swords card, so it's thinking about a situation, it's needing to pause, it's needing to stop. And obviously this is another card that's about pausing, stopping, assessing and reflecting. It's as though this is the major arcana, the wide energy of this, the high level. This is the everyday expression of it, what it might actually look like in your life. But I think you guys don't like it. I think, like I said, you'd rather be here. I think that you have been feeling like you're ready to move on. If not physically leaving a situation, you're definitely emotionally like, I'm done spending energy on it. And you've got the Eight of Wands in reverse. So it's like this is a card about communication and travel and expansion. Upright, this would very much be a card that would represent your energy, where in reverse it's like you're not being allowed to move on. You're not being allowed to go in pursuit or anything else, seeking out new lands like these ones are. So you're feeling restricted around your kind of tendency to wander and expand. And then you've got the Queen of Cups. And I feel this actually might be the other individual in this card. I feel like this isn't you. I feel like this is a water sign potentially. So it can be a Scorpio, a Pisces, or a Cancer. Or it could just be someone who is being quite emotionally manipulative. The Queen of Cups is like usually very in touch with her emotions, very nurturing, you know, high emotional IQ kind of person. But in this card, I feel this energy of someone letting the emotions run wild. Someone, we've just had the Pisces full moon, so you know, emotions have been high, and I feel like this is someone who's kind of being erratic emotionally and is perhaps really affecting you with that behavior, which I know sometimes fire signs really aren't here for it. Like you aren't really here for the emotional outpourings. Like you're nah. Like so I think you're not trying to do that. And you're like, no, I'm not doing this with you. I'm moving away from this in its situation and scenario. So that's kind of what you want and what you're challenged by in your advice space. This is a really simple reading, to be honest. The messages are really clear. In your advice space, you've got 10 of Cups, 7 of Cups, and 8 of Pentacles. Okay, so this is a really positive card in terms of, if you see here, you're walking away from this 8 and you've made a leap, you know, you've gone from 8 to 10. Like, that's how much energy you have in terms of pushing forward. And this is about emotional fulfillment. It's about the things that make you feel loved and joy and contentment and nourished. And, you know, the 10 of Cups, these are very complementary energies. Like, she is in an environment in which she can very much feel this. She could very likely be the kind of feminine figure in this card, you know, so you guys want this. And as an outcome and advice card, it's telling me that this, wrong card, is telling me that this is available to you. This is, you know, an energy that you can tap into this month. Sagittarius, as I said to you, this is a month of expansion. I know you feel blocked at the moment and it might not be moving as quickly as you want, but I feel like this is a month when those cups are going to start to line up for you. But in order, and I've said this, I've said this for almost every sign, you need to get clear on what you want. And I thought the reason this is coming up for all of you is that we have North Node in Leo, and the North Node is about your destiny for this lifetime and what you can be self-actualizing in the highest version of yourself. And with the North Node in Leo, we're being asked to tap into our playful creative energy, tap into our hearts, find out what it is that we want, what we want to do with our lives, what lights us up, how we take center stage. You can't do that with this energy. This is Seven of Cups is about a person who is unsure about what they want, who has so much to choose from and doesn't know what to move towards. You won't get your 10 of Cups if you're at 7. You know, you won't get that 10 if you're like, I don't know, I don't know, like maybe this one, maybe that one, oscillating. You need to take this month, wrong card again, you need to take this month, Sagittarius, before this energy lets up. Before this becomes that and lets you go, you need to know what you're moving towards. You need to know what you want in your environment. You need to know what this pentacle represents to you and what you really want to invest in and build and grow. And then once you've got that clear in your mind, hard work. You know, this is a card, this is the 8 of Pentacles, and you see this person is stacking. You know, they've stacked the work that they've already done. It sees you in a good position. It sees you in a flourishing position. It sees you in a place of value. And it shows, but you've also got, you know, more that you're working on, more that you're paying attention to. And I feel like you will see the fruition of these 10 cups. You will see yourself in this very playful, celebratory, like, let's come and celebrate with you energy. Let's come and celebrate, you know, your new business. Let's come and celebrate your new creative project. Let's come and celebrate your new home. Let's come and celebrate that you're, you know, starting a family. You've met somebody new, you know. Let's come and celebrate even that you kind of left behind some negative stuff in your life and you're feeling lighter and people want to come around you and be like, yay, like, well done. Like, you will be able to do all of those things through this energy, you know, through this energy of hard work and discipline right now. That's where your focus needs to be, Sagittarius. So loves, that was your reading for the month of September. I hope it resonates with you. I am excited about the new territory you're going to be moving into, the expansion that's going to come. When it happens, hit me up, comment, message me. I want to know what's kind of popping, what's going on, what new opportunities have come through for you. If you would like a personal reading, as I said, you can hit me up at leonandnicole@gmail.com. I read in person, I read via Skype, I do email readings. I've got something for you. Okay, so you can hit me up and we can kind of get into more detail about your own expansions and what's coming up for you. If you enjoyed this video, then I would love it if you would subscribe, like, share, tag a Sagittarius, watch your rising and your sun sign, your moon sign, watch any dominant kind of energies that you connect with as well. And I will see you in September. Much love.